Hello YouTube, this is Tri-Fire here on a update from my Evols. I've been playing a couple weeks with this deck and I've did some tweaks because I know my last one wasn't too good. So I'm just going to get straight into it. You got 3 Westlows is the main card in your deck. When it's flip summoned, you special summon Evil Soar from your deck. At the beginning of the game, what I like to go is I like to go for Serato. At the start of the match or whatever, because it's a 21 beat stick, and you don't really need Volcano, you don't really need Diplo, because unless you're going second you could use Diplo, I guess, but I usually don't because I usually go up against hat players or any form of hat. And then 3, the other main card of your deck is Najasho. It's I think it's a +2 with Evil Force, and makes really good plays with enemy controller. But here's a little strategy that I picked up: is you set this when you summon it first, and let's say you have an Evil Force in your hand, you target the face down, you tribute it, and so summon an Evil Soar. That way they can't Solemn Warning or any sort of that. I can't solemn it because I've had people solemn to Joshua before, and it's annoying. And then you're just sitting there with nothing in your hand. Let's get on to the bigger guys. You got 3 Volcano. This is a really good card. So when it's summoned by an Evil Tiles effect, you can special summon an Evil Zor from the grave, and it basically becomes instant Lagia, instant Dolka, really any instant rank 4 you really need it to be. The only downside about this card is I seem to draw at least 1 per game, and I have to summon it, and if I don't have any Exceeds plays, I gotta attack with it, and he's only a measly 1200. So yeah, he can be a little bit of a dead draw sometimes. And you got 2 Diplo, the MST of the deck. Reason I'm running this at 2 is because hat is a thing still, and I just went to a national pack tournament. So many people playing hat, it's not even funny. That's why I've been steering away from the back row hate like I usually build up on. But yeah, and then you got the last 2 monsters of the main deck. You got 2 Serato. Some people play this at 1, some people play it at 3, most people play it at 2, but this is a good card because when it's specified Evil Tile, it's at 2100, and it's basically a Rhoda when you destroy a monster. So it's a really good card. Now I want to move on to the spells. You got 3 of your main spell card. Evil Force, target an Evil Tile, special summon Evil Soar. So what you do is you target in Joshua. I already explained that to you. So 3 Evo Diversity. This is a Rhoda of the deck. And if it's at 3, why not run it? Because every deck needs 3 Rhodas. 3 Pot of Duality. Yes, I know they're 3 different rarities, but deal with it. And it just makes the deck a lot more consistent. People aren't running this deck because they say it's a little inconsistent, but I think my build's pretty fast and pretty good, especially with the 3 dualities in it. If you first turn you draw that and a Westlow or a Diversity, and you're pretty much set. 2 enemy controller units. It makes good Westlow plays, and it's basically not a Book of Moon for say, but it's a stall card too. And you can also take your I already explained that. Okay, Double Lance to protect your monsters. That really don't need much explaining. And 1 MST, because like I said, hat's still a thing. And the reason I'm making it at 1 because I wanted to fit in other stuff. I do side 1 out though, because there's not many, but there are still decks that run heavy back row out right now that aren't I don't like the deck. One Book of Moon, because it's Book of Moon. One Soul Charge, because late game and you're losing, instant Logia, instant Dolka, and why wouldn't you run it? It's not like it got hit like I thought it was going to. Let's move on to the traps. 3 of the trap cards made this deck viable. 3 Evil Singularity. It's an instant Lagi, instant Dolka, and it's real easy to get off. And yeah. And it's the thing about the wording on this, it's not level specific, so you can go into Solda. And it actually makes the card playable now. 2 Breakthrough, because, well, Breakthrough is just more outs to a lot more things than Effect Veiler, because, like I said, Hat, because if you have to special a Diplo, it's a mandatory effect, so you gotta pop a back row. And if this is engraved, you just negate it, or it's on the field, either way. And here's a little tech I've been teching in, and it's 2 Wing Blasts, because you will always have those dead draws in hand for like an Evil Sword. Evil Swords you never want in hand. And this one just makes them an out, because you discard them in the grave, sets up for Evil Singularity, sets up for Volcasaurus, and it bounces a card off the field. Yeah, and it's too good. And it just makes stuff a lot more viable. Now for my one-ofs, for the traps, I run 1 Solemn Warning, 1 Torrential, 1 Bottomless, and 1 Compulse. And I'm going to explain why I run Torrential over Dark Hole, is because it sets up for plays and you can do it on their turn when they're going off. And if I'm going to run Dark Hole, I'm not going to run Torrential Tribute, because that's a little bit overkill. With Compulse, I basically have 3 Compulses in the deck. Let's move on to the extra deck. You got 3 Logia, because it's Logia. If you're not running 3, you're doing something wrong. 3 Dolka, because I'm kind of on a budget, and it's harder to get like Exton and Arc. And plus, this hurts Hat. I'm just throwing out so much Hat today. Yeah, this hurts Hat a lot, because it stops the hands, and it stops, well, any monster effect, because Hat's very heavy on monster effects. 1 Solda for the Evil Singularity. It's too good not to run. Now for just like my other rank 4s, you got 1 Maestroke, because it's Maestroke. 1 Zen Meester for the you could, let's see, you can, alright, you could use this and flip Westlow back over for more Westlow plays. This basically turns, you basically have 5 Westlows in the deck if you summon this. 1 Cowboy, because Cowboy for game is too OP. So I have actually done that a couple times. Run Ragna 0, because people are playing Fire Fist still, and other decks to run tanky. 1 King of the Feral Imps to search stuff out, you know, because they're all reptile, and why not run it? 1 Diamond Dire Wolf to get rid of those problem cards. 1 Rhapsody, because banish stuff, Light Swarms. You get this off, you mill 2 of their names, and then they just go sad face without Judgment Dragon. And then my only rank 3, you run Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Lion Emperor. It recycles, that's all it really does. And yeah, thank you for viewing, subscribe, comment, hit the like button, and I will try to get up a couple duel videos for you guys, but if not, I apologize, because I've been doing a lot of work recently trying to get money. And I got a new laptop, so hopefully I'll be getting some That's the word. A Dev Pro and Dueling Network videos up as soon as I figure out how to get my screen recorder to work. Been having troubles with it. But yeah, I'll thank you for viewing.